Welcome back to another episode of The Stupidest Podcast with your hosts, Justin Rademacher and the other guy. He's bearded, not as bearded, but it's just as beautiful. He's the beautiful. I get lost in his eyes. I'm just getting lost right now. I feel like I'm in the ocean.
I feel like you're hitting on me. I like it.
You're
it's
pretty.
Justin Vandeventer, guys. What's up? How you been?
He's really pretty, you guys.
Get out of here.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about something else. Anyways,
it's not just us this time.
It's not just us. No, we have a guest. Our guest is with us, and I feel like this is going to be a fun episode.
I think so too.
I'm not even going to tell you guys what the topic hour is, unless you've looked at it on social media. You'll probably know already.
Right.
But our guest is
Kevin Gregory. I also go by Keebs.
Keebs is our guest.
Keebs.
And we're going to talk about...
Dude, I need to get a nickname.
Oh, man. What? You could be Keebs, too.
I'm not going to be Keebs. I'm not stealing somebody else's nickname. I want my own nickname.
It is your own. We added two.
No,
I'll let you borrow it.
I don't need to borrow it. I want my own.
You can rent nicknames these days.
Big Poppy.
Big Poppy?
That's already taken.
What about Big Poppy 2?
I'm not putting a 2 at the end of my nickname.
Why not? I'm J2.
What about Big Sexy?
Ooh.
I feel like Big Sexy's been used.
Oh, it has.
Yeah. How about
Big Sexy 2?
There we go. Big Sexy 2.
Boom.
What about Vandy?
Why haven't we been going with that?
I don't know.
We should go with that.
Vandy
it is.
Or you could be Roddy 2.
No, I'm not going to be Roddy 2.
Well, Vandy suits you.
I like it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You look like a Vandy.
Yeah. Good thing that is my nickname.
Yeah. That or Karen.
I'm not a Karen.
What about Kyle?
Kyle. Yeah. Could be Kyle. That's funny.
So how you been, buddy?
Not too bad. Well, I've started my new job now.
I know you look so good.
I know. I just came from orientation. I had to
I know you
dress
guys
up.
can't see him, but he's wearing a suit, a vest, a tie. Woo-wee.
Now, is that a tie clip or is that a pen in your tie?
Nope, that is a tie clip.
Okay.
I'm wearing a tie clip right now.
'Cause from here, it looked like a pen.
He's so professional.
I could do a pen, though. I mean, it
Looks
would be
good.
helpful.
Looks good, man. You look sharp.
Well, thank you. I try.
So, what's
So-
new?
Well,
Other than the job, just the job?
just the job right now. I haven't really been doing a whole lot since we talked last. But, I mean, I've been thinking about disc golf. Haven't played yet, but I really want to play. I've got a little back pain. Not anything terrible.
That's what you're saying this morning. Almost your back went out?
Yeah, I felt like it went out, but like it's starting to get better now. I don't know what it was, but I've been sitting in
probably
a
me.
chair all day. And,
Probably me. Saw me. Everything gets really wrecked once you see me.
yeah, I mean, my whole life gets wrecked every time I see you.
I said erect, not wrecked.
Oh, I knew you said that. I was just trying to be funny.
Yeah, okay.
But how about you? What have you been up to?
Plowed some more snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Let me tell you. Actually, it wasn't that bad though, because it was only like an inch, so it was really fluffy, so it was light, so freaking everything flew. We got through it real quick.
Was that like on Friday?
No, Sunday night.
Oh, Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you're used to about an inch. That's usually what you get.
on a good day.
Yeah, on a good day.
It's an angry. I call it the angry inch.
Ooh, there you go. I like that sound. If you use that sound, it work on me.
I hear it all the time. You know, every time I zip.
Man, it feels like I'm at a football stadium right now.
Kevin, what have you been up to, Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I started working at a third job.
Oh, nice.
Again.
Third job.
Yep.
Been there.
Yep.
So I work Monday through Fridays at one job, Saturdays on another, and then another one during the summer.
Dang.
Dang.
But just trying to avoid people on the roads from hitting me when they hit black ice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like on Friday, that's why I brought up Fridays, because I almost got hit by a guy up in Elk River here.
Oh,
He
really?
was going the opposite direction. He hit black ice. He started turning or swerving one way, like away from me. I was like, oh, dang. But then he pulled it back and started going towards me into the median. And he hit the median, and a bunch of ice from the median just hits my car. It's like, oh, great. Now my car's going to have a bunch of dents in it. and
Yeah.
whatnot. Then when I looked in my rearview mirror, he came like an inch, maybe two, from hitting the car behind me.
Wow.
I was like, oh my gosh.
That's scary.
Especially since this is a newer car for me, too.
Yeah.
Highway 10, this was probably back in high school or something like that. I was driving, and I hit a patch of black ice, and my car went 360s.
Oh, I did 360 one time going to high school, but I stopped perfectly right behind.
Cars to the left of me, car in front of me, car behind me. 360 on Highway 10. Saw the guy behind me for it's flipped all the way around. I looked at him and I was sliding backwards. Kind of waved to him and he waved back. Spun again. Spun all the way back around. Saw him again and he goes with thumbs up, and I'm like, yeah, thumbs up. Spun all the way back around. All of a sudden, must have hit a dry patch, straightened out, boom, was right back to driving. Didn't hit the car to the left of me, didn't hit the car in front of me, and didn't hit him behind me.
Wow.
We get through up to a stoplight, and that guy pulls up next to me and goes, that was the scariest but the coolest thing I think I've ever seen. He said we locked eyes like 3 times.
Dude, that's like the scariest but coolest thing I've heard this week.
It was so funny.
Dang.
I thought it was a goner.
Man, talking about more black ice on Highway 10. 3 years ago now, I hit black ice coming home on Highway 10. I was by myself. It was in the morning, but I hit black ice, did a 360 and another 180, so what was it, like a 720? And then went right into the ditch.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Dang. Man, it's a tough time of year for that stuff.
I've been in the ditch for a while. Knock on.
Yeah.
Well, prior to that, the last time I was in the ditch was probably 2012.
Yeah.
The year the Metrodome collapsed when the Vikings were supposed to play the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I was actually coming home from my, at the time, girlfriend's house to make sure I could get some sleep before going to work. And hit black ice, going only 45 and a 65.
Wow.
And just went straight into the ditch. No swerving, nothing, just
right
slid into the ditch.
It's like, hey, come here for a little bit.
Figured I'd say hi to the ditch and stay a while.
Yeah.
It makes for a bad day.
Did your girlfriend get jealous of the ditch?
A little bit.
Yeah.
She kind of, like all her, like, yeah, okay, don't be alarmed, but I'm in the ditch. She goes, that bitch.
Oh. she thought he said bitch.
Yeah.
It was a side bitch. It was a side ditch.
I thought she thought it was another person named Ditch.
Oh.
So
Sweet.
Which is funny because that wasn't the first. That was what were the first words out of her mouth. She thought, "Are you okay?" No, that bitch.
Should we get into it?
well, we can get into it if you want. I'm ready.
Sweet. Well, we're gonna do what we normally do when we have guests. We're gonna take an hour or so to just ask you questions, Kev. We're gonna get to know you, see who you are, see what you think, and all that kind of stuff. So everybody else can get to know you. I know you pretty well, I feel, but I want everybody to get to know you. And so we're gonna take an hour to do that. We're gonna see if you have any questions for us.
Oh, I have a few.
Yeah, Roddy's going to ask you 4 questions, and I'm going to ask you 4 questions. Then we're going to give you the floor
For 2.
and then for 2, and then we'll get into the topic hour.
Yeah,
where
and
we each ask 5.
Should we ask? Should we tell them what the topic is, or should we wait?
Before we get into the topic, though, after we ask the questions, I got a surprise for you guys.
Oh. Okay.
And it's going to be an interesting surprise because it came to me in one of your earlier podcasts. And it's like,
Strippers,
Oh.
strippers.
Mandy, I told you to keep quiet about that.
Man.
Yeah, come to daddy.
I am ready. I really am ready.
I hope it's a midget male stripper for you.
I'm down.
So, speaking of midgets, what's his name? Brad Williams?
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of his little videos on TikTok recently, and he was the one I saw that sticks to me. Is he was talking about interracial couples. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I'm normally okay with it, but there's one that threw me off. There was this girl who was 3-something, like a little shorter than me. And her boyfriend was a 6'7" black dude. He's probably got a dick the size of her. It doesn't work.
That would be interesting to see.
He talked about that on a podcast, actually, before he brought it on the stage.
Oh,
I saw
did
the
he?
podcast,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, that'd be quite the couple.
Yeah, he was actually funny. I think
Reminds me of Shaq.
I've seen the bit, and I've seen the podcast, and I think it was funnier in the podcast. He's like, could you imagine them doing missionary? She'd disappear.
It was like he's just humping a mattress or something.
Yeah.
And then when it's like, hold on, let me give you a handy. And then in video, it shows him picking up the mic stand and holding it like a spear. And then he was running down one side and then backing up to the other. And then,
That's great.
Oh man.
He's hilarious. I like him.
You were just talking about him not too long ago being on a podcast.
Well, he's actually when you went and did that stand-up contest with and Adam Ray was the host.
Yeah, yep.
They're best friends.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they went to college together.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's,
I'll have to reach out to Adam Ray because we're like this.
Yeah?
No.
Dang, you should have been.
I know, it would have been awesome.
No, when you say this, like fingers crossed, or is it like more arm X, like get away from me kind of thing?
Well, he did both of them, I thought.
Oh, okay.
He was like, please get away from me.
So he's
like,
giving you the triple X kind of thing.
Yeah. He's like, please have this guy get away from me. He called the cops and everything.
I can see where you had the misunderstanding there.
Yeah.
He carries Brad everywhere. He was on
Like a
something.
toddler?
Yeah.
Like one of those backsides.
He was on something burning with Bert, and he came in with Brad on his shoulder, on his back, and the little toddler carrier.
Jeez.
And like, is that a toddler carrier? He's like, no, that's a Brad carrier.
He bought it specifically for him. Oh, man.
Well, that's one way to not get lost in the crowd.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I think we should get into it. I'm not going to say what the topic hour is yet. We're going to surprise you guys with that here down the road.
If they probably already know.
Yeah, you probably already know just by social media or just it's probably right there on the
art.
On the artwork. So you guys probably see it as I'm speaking right now.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to start or should I?
Go ahead.
Okay. Kevin, first question. What do you do for a living?
Well, I work at a cable manufacturing company where it's more connector cables, and I just make sure that they are the contacts that's inside the cable are stuck together and won't fall out or break when being in use. That's what I do at that company. There's like 7 other different departments that work on them too, so it's
Okay.
I don't do the whole cable by myself.
Yeah, you do like
Just,
it's like
a
it sounds like
a certain process
Yep.
that I work
Is it
in.
like a factory type?
In a way, I mean, it's like what seems like an old one-level store, kind of like what would you do? Like just a one-level store, but it has a big area, kind of like a parking lot, but just one floor up.
Oh, okay.
And there's just a bunch of tables in there that with microscopes on it that we can just work on, and then there's a testing room. There's a department that cuts the wires to length and.
Okay, so do you do the wires after or before that?
Well, I do it after.
Okay.
Like because the first part will start where they measure the length of the wire, and then they'll put in the casing for like the hard shell to protect it from like weather damage and stuff like that. Because some of our clients, I guess you could say, is like military, NASA, stuff like that, or even other factories for like one is a Black Diamond, which is like a company for climbing equipment.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And
That's
stuff
cool.
like that. So we got to make sure everything is perfect.
Yeah, if it's not perfect, that's not good.
Like there's some metal parts that if there's a chip where you see like copper/gold showing, it's done.
Oh.
You got to go get a new one.
I could have told you that.
Well, no, like even like, if it's like just a tiny speck that you barely see with your eye.
Really?
New one.
So that's what the microscopes are for, just to check for
Just
anything
make
like
sure,
that?
yeah, because there's some where it looks like copper will be showing, but it's just like a tiny scratch. That'll be okay because it's just like scratch. The actual outside shell part didn't get damaged.
Yeah.
So you just got to make sure it works. Or like the microscopes are for what we call epoxy, which allows us to keep the contacts into place into the shell and the casing and stuff.
Okay.
Well, that's just one of the jobs I have. So
Yeah, you said you had 3 jobs.
Yep.
What are the other 2?
I'm a cook at a Buffalo Wild Wings,
Oh, wow.
which
Nice.
can piss me off real quickly.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I've worked at Buffalo Wild Wings a few times.
Yeah, but not as a cook, I don't think.
I trained as a cook.
Oh, did you?
Well,
Okay.
because I was actually in the manager training process.
Yeah.
And that was
Okay.
part of the manager training.
Yeah,
was
you need to
learning the
know that.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like some of the things, like, because when they take off food items, but people still order it, that's one of my pet peeves when I work there. It's like, it's not on our menu. I'm not going to make this. We have stuff for it. Yeah, but it's not on our menu anymore.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and make it.
It's on the secret menu.
What's
Yeah.
the point in taking it off the menu? And then when you get folks from other B-dubs like, oh, well, I make wraps at my store this way. Can you make it this way too? No, it's not your store.
Yeah.
But
Well, especially I'm assuming they like get pretty detailed about that kind of stuff.
oh yeah, like there was One, I mean, this wasn't too bad, but it just flipped off one of the cooks so bad because it wasn't on our menu. Mm-hmm. And he gets more pet peeved about that than I do. But she wanted like a chicken Caesar wrap with mild in it. Mild sauce. So it's not on our menu, but it's easy to make. We can easily do it.
Yeah.
But he just threw the biggest fit about it. And he made that order so bad, I'm surprised it didn't come back.
Oh, man.
Like, you remember how big, like, the sauce bottles are, which are, like, the old style ketchup bottles that you just squirt in from the restaurants? He took one of those that had the Caesar, and 1/3 of that bottle he went into the wrap while doing roughly the same with the mild.
Oh, man. So it was just sauce.
Yeah, it was
nothing else.
It was like a soup. A Caesar soup.
I would love it. I would love it.
Apparently she did too, because it didn't come back.
Wow. No, I love that kind of stuff. Like, even when I go to, like, a Subway, I always ask for extra mayo, extra Chipotle sauce, whatever sauce I want. I just tell them to go for it.
Yeah, and then there's some things that I've done too to make people stop ordering off menu items. Like, we got rid of hot barbecue sauce, which I thought was stupid. But people kept ordering it. Well, normally to make it, it's honey barbecue, and hot mixed together. But, again, my pet peeve of it not being on item, shouldn't be able to order it. I put blazing, like a blazing hottest sauce. I mix it in that.
You're such a dick.
And then, this is where it gets even worse. Like, then I'll just hit the honey enough to make it not look like blazing.
So it's the same color.
Just to change the color.
Yeah, just to change the color. And then I sent it out. And you know what? They never came back. Like, the food never came back. And people stopped ordering hot barbecue a lot less.
There you go.
Like, like before, it was being ordered, like, let's just say 15 times a week. Yeah. Well, after I started doing that, it dropped down to 10.
Nice.
And then 6. And then eventually it was only hitting, like, barely 1 time a week.
Nice. But that wasn't this time around, though, right? It was in the past.
Oh, yeah, that was in the past, yeah.
Yep.
I've only been back to B-Dubs, like, twice.
Oh, nice.
So what B-Dubs do you work at?
The one in Coon Rapids in Riverdale.
So if you're in Coon Rapids...
yeah, if you're in that one, don't go to that one. Go to Champlin. I heard they have a lot better cooks. More happy cooks. Or even Blaine. I heard that they're pretty good, too.
That's awesome. No, I used to work at that Coon Rapids one, too.
Although...
the guest experience captain.
Although, if you're looking to go and look at some pretty nice servers, Coon Rapids is where you want to go.
Yeah,
nice.
Good looking ones, huh?
Although you gotta be careful though.
Oh yeah.
Although
any kind of
they had to be 18 though. That's I guess not.
Yeah, that kind of an industry that happens a lot.
For servers. Yeah, they have to be at least 18.
Yeah.
So
anybody like is there still quite a few people there that work there that I would maybe know? Or has it changed quite a bit?
Who would know you?
Huh?
Who would know you?
I don't know. I'm just saying if I know them, they don't need to know me. I don't care.
They don't even know you even if they did work with you.
That's true. Especially now that I grew out my beard.
And,
I look way different.
You do look way different.
No,
have you seen anybody that doesn't recognize you because of all this?
Not from the past. No, but if I were to like shave my beard, I know for sure everybody would not know who I am for a while.
That's false. I would still recognize you.
Yeah,
So would
you would.
So would a lot of people at the Buffalo Wild Wings.
People that saw me when I was like that, they would definitely recognize me. But people that like
probably within like the last 5 years or so, yeah.
To be honest, I think that I'd have a harder time if you kept the beard and grew your hair out.
That would definitely be different.
Then I would be like, I don't know who that is.
Hey, who let this hobo in here?
Yeah, exactly.
I grew out my hair for like a couple months.
Yeah, but I mean, I roll it out for like a year.
And it was like almost like to the point where it was gonna almost fold over. You know?
So kind of like what my hair does.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I only get my hair cut once a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I get it cut in May. That way, when I cut it in May, it's nice and short for the summer. It gets long by winter. You can't trust April, so I get it cut in May.
Yeah, there you go. I might have to.
I bounce around with hair.
I might have to try that this year. Except if I were to do that, I would have to start now, just because if I cut it in, there's no point in me cutting it in May.
For a while, I was bicking it like you.
Yeah.
And then now I'm back to cutting it like every 3 weeks, 4.
Yeah. I usually wait a couple weeks before doing it again.
Yeah.
Plus, this way it also saves me money.
Yeah.
Haircuts.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I cut my own hair. It's way easy.
I don't trust myself.
Oh.
You can't fuck his up.
It's
No.
true. It's kind of hard. oh.
You fuck his
All
up.
right,
There-
I'm not-
you
I'm
don't
not
have to
bleeding.
worry about the haircut. You got to worry about blood.
Yeah. Yep.
Not again.
I've done it a couple times where you're.
No blood. I'm good.
Scalped.
Yeah, you got to watch the blade angle sometimes, and because it'll get you.
All right. So what's your third job?
I work at the Target Field for the Twins organization.
Nice.
Target Field for the Twins organization. I used to work there too.
That is true. That's in fact how I met you.
Yeah, that's
Was
how
it
I met
back-
your mother.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
I'm just kidding.
Actually,
it's not. It is
It
technically.
might have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? You started in what? 2011.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. When did you start?
2010.
Dang, he's got me by a year
Well,
And-
plus
and-
the ones you left.
and other years.
When did we start? 2008 or 2007 at the bowling alley?
No, I started like 2009.
9?
Yeah,
Okay.
2009 or 2010, somewhere in there.
I'm
I
going to
can't
say
remember.
09 because I think we started around the same time.
Yeah, because I graduated high school in 08. And I was
Hey, me
still
too.
working at the other. Yeah, I was still working at the other bowling alley in Buffalo for a little bit.
Babies.
I know.
I'm used to it.
So, all right. Kevin, what'd you want to be as a kid?
Oh, when I wanted to be as a kid, actually, I wanted to play sports.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, I played 3 different sports at once: basketball, football, and baseball. There we go.
I was gonna say mathematically, I think that's only 2.
Yeah.
I know, like my mind went to when I was in high school with volleyball, but it's like, no, that's not. I didn't play that sport when I was younger. That was just in high school. Yeah, no, it was basketball, football, and baseball, which I found funny. In 2 of those 3 sports, I caught the ball between my legs and ended up doing a good play,
Nice.
which is interesting.
Which 2?
Baseball and football.
I was gonna say, I'm guessing baseball and football.
It would be
If
hard to
you're
do
catching-
that.
I was gonna say, if you're catching a ball between your legs in basketball, that's probably not a good play, unless it was one hell of a trick play.
Well, I was gonna say if you did that in basketball and then turn it around into a dunk,
Dunk, right?
that would have been.
Well, there was something
sick.
like that in basketball where I got a rebound, and then 4 of the 5 players on the other team just surrounded me. Well, and so they wouldn't get the ball for jump ball or call it. I just threw the ball between my legs backwards to a teammate.
Just hiked it through.
Nice.
Your...
Just hiked it,
Yeah.
like a center.
That's funny.
And then we ended up getting a score, obviously, because it was 4-on-1 down there.
Nice.
Nice. What was your favorite? Like, this isn't another question. This is an
Like
add-on.
for sports?
Yeah, for those 3. Did you think that did you have like an order?
Yeah, I would go baseball, football, and basketball.
Okay.
Mainly because in basketball, I was mainly just used for my height.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was it.
It's one sport I was never. I mean, I'm okay at it, but I was never good at it, and so I never played in high school. And I wish I would have, because I would have been the biggest trash talker in the world.
Yeah, no, like, because when I was in basketball, there was this kid who was, like, I was like 5'11", 6 foot maybe, and he was like 6'4", 6'6". So he's obviously taller than me, and since I'm the tallest one on the team, they always put me on there. I was like, of course,
Oh yeah.
of course.
Yep. So you always had to go against the tall
kid.
guy. Yeah.
Yep.
I never had that problem. I was always the short guy.
Yeah, you're probably the 3-point shooter, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody ever used me for my height ever.
I was the cheerleader in the stands.
Speaking of cheerleaders in the stands, there was one game where, when I was playing, there was some refs that just were not there to be refs. Like, one of them was just on his phone for most of the time. And my mom was yelling at my team, because our team was playing like trash that day. Come on, guys, get your head in the game. And the ref thought my mom was talking to him, because he was on his phone that game. So he gave our team a technical.
For a fan?
From a fan yelling
That
at
That's
him,
a bunch
yeah.
of bullshit.
and he
kinda-
shouldn't give like. How did he even pay attention long enough for him to hear her?
Well, I mean, you can still do stuff on your phone and still hear.
Right.
Yeah.
My mom is one loud person, especially in an auditorium. Whew. She's a crowd of one.
Dude, my my favorite thing was getting the program and looking at the other team and finding like the weirdest name on there and just ripping on the kid. 15 Auschwitz. Oh, dude, we'd rip on them all the time. It was so fun.
Yeah. Well, that actually goes into my next question. Did you have anything else for that one?
No.
All right. So it goes into my next question. So if you could be a professional athlete, what sport would you play?
I would go with baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could see myself doing baseball or football because those are my best two sports. But I would choose baseball because that's my favorite sport, and I was most versatile in that one. Like I was a catcher, I was first base, second. I was pretty much everything but pitcher.
Oh, nice.
Although
Yeah.
Although
he
one
was-
game I was a pitcher, and that's just because we ran out of actual pitchers.
yeah.
And the coach was like, Kevin, I don't want to put you in because I don't want to scare your mom. Because she was the one doing the books or whatever at the time. I was like, but do you have anybody else? No.
So if you would go pro in it, what position would you want to play?
Well, I have bad knees now, so that catcher's out of the option. So I'd probably go with first base or outfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about football? What position?
Football? Oh, I was a fullback when I played, so I'd
Okay.
probably stick with either a fullback or running back, or maybe even a defensive player like defensive end or linebacker.
Nice.
Played football in college, and the coach asked me what position you play. I go defensive end, and he goes, yeah. He looked at my size. I was $150, 5'9", 5'10". He goes, yeah, you're not a defensive end. I was like, yeah, I am. I kill the quarterback. That's my job. Because that's what I played in high school.
Yeah.
And I was just so much faster than all the linemen, so I just zipped in and I got sacked.
Shot
after
off
sack.
real quick.
Yeah.
And
Nah.
And he goes, no, you're not. I go, yeah, I am. And he goes, no. So then they tried me at safety, and I wasn't fast enough, so then he put me at outside linebacker.
Yeah.
did you ever prove yourself to him that you were a good end?
He wouldn't even give me the shot.
Oh,
What a dick.
wow. Not even in practice?
I could, on dummy D, I got to play
Yeah.
defensive end. And that's only because I take the defensive end. I'm like, yeah, you're outside linebacker for a little bit. Let me try.
That's funny.
And then I get close to hit the quarterback, and he, don't you hit our quarterback? I'm like, come on.
It's my job.
You should be like, Coach, how many times have you had to say that?
Yeah, right.
Think
it's
about that
time to put
next
me in.
game. Yeah.
But in his defense, our defensive ends were
Good.
really good. They could have went D1, but they were dummies, so they didn't. They went to community college.
So no scholarships for them, huh?
Yeah, they could have. We had a really good team. We had one guy that he was one of the fastest guys in the nation. I want to say he ran in like the 40 and 4.29 or 4.3.
Wow.
He was lightning. Just couldn't
Jesus.
catch for shit.
That is crazy fast.
Yeah, he was fast as hell.
Wow.
I wish I was that fast.
Yeah, no kidding. I go, what are you doing here? He goes,
Now and then.
Yeah.
I never got the story, but he's like, he said I had scholarships to, he named some big schools like Florida and Texas and Oklahoma. And I go, so what
Wow.
happened? He goes, I got in a little trouble. And he never told me the story, but guessing some legal trouble.
Nah.
So not little, but little big trouble.
Yeah. I was pretty proud. I got 6 minutes and 30 seconds. A lot of people say, they're like, so is that your mile time? I say, no, that was my 40. Yeah. That's about how fast I am.
Nice.
No, I was actually really fast. And not really fast, but I was. I was
Do you know
pretty
what your fastest 40 was?
fast. I want to say my fastest was like 4, 5 or 6, something like that.
It's like a 4.68 for me, I think.
Yeah, maybe I was 4. I think it was 4.6.
Yeah.
I think it was 4.6.
I don't think I ever really did one.
I don't think
Maybe
I,
it was 4.65. Maybe that's why I was thinking the 5. I think it was
maybe.
4.65. But I like.
I bet I'm 5'2" now.
Yeah, no, that's when I was running every day. 8.5.
I actually got a call probably 2 years ago from some semi-pro team. And they're like, hey, we saw some of your game tape from college. We'd like to come play for us. And I go, did you see the year on that college tape? I go, the most I ran is maybe to the mailbox and back, and that's because it was 20 below.
Oh man. Yeah, that's about
Yeah.
what I see most people do now too. Is like that's the fastest hours. Like my brother's fiance, because we work at the same place during the week,
Yep.
so we carpool every now and then. As soon as it's time to go in, she'll say bye in the car, open the door, closed, and
Just
gone.
because it's so cold.
It's so cold, and she's just major freeze baby,
Oh,
like hardcore freeze baby. She can be in like snow pants, like all the attire just wrapped up, like you can't even see her skin whatsoever, and you could still see her shivering because she's cold.
Oh man.
I know a lot of people like that. I could be like that, to be honest.
Well, me, I'm just walking out there with pants and a
Oh, you
zip-up hoodie.
Dang.
Thin layer zip-up hoodie.
Yeah. Yeah, I need a jacket. I need a jacket for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I need a jacket. I need snow pants. Like I've been playing disc golf in the snow, but I'm wearing my full snow pant gear where it's like got the
I didn't wear a
straps.
jacket. I didn't wear a jacket all day today though at work.
Oh really?
Yeah, and we had to shovel a bunch of places. And
Oh, that's different.
one of my
though.
coworkers was like, and I get back in the truck. I'm like, God, it's cold. He's like, throw your jacket on. I'm like, yeah, but then I'm sweating in the truck, and then I'm
Then it's just worse when you get out, out again.
Yeah, I go. I just don't.
Because then the sweat
On
freezes.
off,
Then
on off. I don't want to go back and forth. I go, just sweatshirt's fine. I'll build up enough heat when I'm shoveling.
plus you got used to it to where it's just like you don't feel it anymore.
Yeah, right.
I feel like there's a big difference in doing physical activities because there's definitely times where I'm playing disc golf and I'm like, I'm taking my jacket off after like
Right.
10, 12 holes. Like, yep, I'm done.
So, all right. What are some of your out of work hobbies?
Well, I like to play video games when I can, or even play Magic the Gathering.
Oh, nice.
I'm a little nerd in that way.
I never got into that. I never really understood that game.
I used to play a lot in like middle school into high school.
Yeah?
And yeah, I used to have quite a bit actually. I used to play with Donovan all the time.
Some of those cards I heard are actually worth quite a bit of money now.
Oh yeah, like there's this one card that I want to get for one of my decks, but I'm only getting that card if I win the lottery.
Oh,
Because it's like $400 a card.
Wow.
I mean, I think the most expensive cards is like over 10 grand
Yeah.
for one card.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. It was a comedian. He was on Bert's podcast, and he said that some guy sold his deck for like 1.2 mil.
Yeah, I could see it happening. I mean, if you can get some turn one win combos, like almost 90% of the time you play, yeah, I could see decks going that big. Plus, if it was a famous person, that added in a lot to it right there too.
Yeah, just the value to them. Like,
Like-
if they can win every single time.
For instance, Post Malone, he plays Magic.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, he plays Magic, and there's like I've seen a video where he's just at a card shop, just browsing through and just bullshitting with everybody who's
He's
there.
really interesting.
Yeah.
He is one of the most interesting ones. Then he played with people and he streamed it, I think, at 1.2.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, talk about fan interaction, right?
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. Like, and then I bet they were just blasting his music once they knew he was there.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't like it was more canceled out the background noise and it was just like the talking to let them know when the turns
Yeah.
have passed.
Could
And
you
stuff.
imagine being at a Magic gathering and all of a sudden Post Malone shows up? He's like, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Get out of here!"
What are you rocking today? Oh, you got a $5? Sweet.
Yeah. You find out that he knows like way more than you, but you've
Yeah.
been spending your entire
like,
life getting
what?
to know it, and you're like, how what?
What?
How do you know?
No, what would be really bad is if you're older than him, and
Oh.
he knew all that stuff,
Right.
more stuff than you did.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'd still be. I'm like, you can. Come on, I'm supposed to be good at this. Let me have this.
Yeah.
You sing like an angel. Let me have this.
Yeah. And then he lets you win the next one, even though he could have just creamed you.
you.
Like he's sitting there with his hand and he just turns to his left and go, I can win next turn. But I won't.
But he raps it.
Yeah.
I can win next turn, but I won't. That's my ability of rap.
I don't think they call it rap either.
My ability to rap is whatever rap song I know and it's playing. Otherwise, if I do it freestyle, I'm gone.
Yeah, that was my freestyle. It's so you can tell that I'm not doing great. I didn't even rhyme.
So what's your favorite video game?
Ooh, for the longest time I was in Call of Duty, but then the last like two times ago, like 2 Call of Duties ago, just killed the series for me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to find something new. I mean, I really love the Borderlands series.
Okay.
The second Borderlands 2 was probably the funniest one out of all of them. Handsome Jack just makes everything so funny.
I was gonna ask if you said fun or funny.
Both. I
Wow.
mean, because he's a villain that you want to hate, but you like.
Oh, okay.
Like, he gets a diamond horse, and he names it after you, and the name he names it is Butt Stallion.
That's awesome.
Right? He's like, oh, he's not that bad of a guy. He got a dang horse named it. Wait, did he just call Butt Stallion?
Yeah. What was the name?
Wait, what was that?
Yeah.
That's not my name.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I call you. Behind your back,
Oh. But yeah, otherwise, lately I've been playing a game called Hades. It's like a rogue side scroller, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it more from like a angle from the top, but it's like a lot of Greek mythology,
That's cool.
and the game's never the same.
Really? Like, what do you mean?
It's more of like a storyline game, isn't it?
Well, it has a story to it,
Yeah.
but like your character named Zagreus, which is the son of Hades, and you're trying to escape the underworld. Well, when in Greek mythology, the underworld always shifts, so it's never like the same room.
Yeah.
And to try and make it harder for you to leave. And then if you end up escaping, you still die and you spawn back into Hades' sanctum. And then when you start it again, you won't have the same path.
Because everything's
Because
changed.
everything's changing. Because after
Yeah.
you clear a room, you have a choice to go whichever way you want to go. Or sometimes you only have one choice to go, but sometimes you have 2 or 3. And you can choose which way to go, and it's a different room with different bad guys in it.
Interesting.
And it's never the same.
So does that game go with like God of War? Because I know God of War has some what am I trying
Greek
to say?
mythology.
Greek mythology.
It doesn't. Not too much. Because Kratos isn't mentioned in it, as far as I'm aware. But it's just, like, as I said, Zagreus is your character, and he gets help from gods of Olympus, like Zeus, Athena, Aphrodite,
Yep.
Dionysus. He's my favorite. He's the god of drinking,
Oh, interesting.
god of partying. He's one of my favorites.
I didn't know that was a person is it a god or is it?
It's like I'm pretty sure, I think he's a demigod because it was
Okay.
Zeus's kid with a mortal.
Oh, that yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that means he's a demigod, but he's still up there on Mount Olympus. And so, I mean, he's the god of drinking.
That's a cool one. I like that.
Yeah, no, so if you can check it out, because I believe it's on Steam, Xbox, probably even PlayStation.
Sweet.
Nice.
Right now, if you have Xbox and have Game Pass, it's free on that right now if you want to
Oh wow.
download that and test it out.
I don't have that. But,
I'm a PlayStation guy.
nah.
It might be on PlayStation Plus, you never know.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been on PlayStation, so...
Nah.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Oh, I don't pride myself on that. I pride myself on being the least most perfect.
All right. Well, I don't want to know about the imperfect, Kevin. I want to know what skill. This is my next question.
Oh, okay.
What skill do you possess that not a whole lot of people know about?
I can pop my shoulders.
You can pop your. What do you mean
Like
by
out of place? Oh, God.
that? Sounds so painful. You probably hear it. Like I hear
can-
it pretty clearly. Oh,
Dude, that.
And that's just my right shoulder.
yeah. Well, I was here. You did the left.
Well, yeah, my
one.
left one's not as loud as my right one, but
Yeah.
I can still pop both shoulders.
Yikes! That sounds like it hurts so bad.
It doesn't. Like, I could literally do my right shoulder all day and not really feel pain, but my left one, I can...
It hurts after a
It'll
while.
hurt after a while, yeah.
Oh, from a guy that has a torn rotator cuff, I'm in pain just listening to that. I'm like, oh, God.
But it's the other shoulder.
Oof. All right, then. Kevin, what would you do if you won the lottery? What would be the first thing you'd do or go out and buy?
I would finish off that deck that I was talking about earlier in Magic. Get the
Really?
play set of cards for $400, so that would be $1,600 right there.
Oh, you get 4 of them.
Yeah, that deck requires 4, just for a
Oh.
better chance to get it.
Yeah.
That'd be the first thing you do, huh?
I think so. Well, either that or I'd get my own house, and then if anybody's having issues with money, like for rent and stuff, they have a place to crash, so that way they don't have to help them get back on their feet.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
And then that way I also won't be by myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also cool because you could do both easy.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
won the lottery, you could afford like $1,200 and the house.
Oh, definitely.
Like that's, I feel like pretty odd.
I'm pretty sure you could afford a couple of properties and a couple of houses. if
You could
win the
probably even
lottery.
get 5 of those cards.
I could actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 5.
I'm trying not to limit him. I want him to see the full potential that he has.
Oh, full potential. Oh, I'd buy it like
Yeah.
50.
couple $100 million, $5,000 is not gonna hurt you.
No.
No.
No, if I had to answer that question, I'm buying disc golf discs.
That's the first thing you're buying.
You know, I would expect you to buy like maybe your own course.
Actually, that's what I would do. I'd probably buy a course, and then I would buy a second course, and then I'd buy a house on each of those courses, and that's it. That's all I'd do. No, I'd do other stuff with it too, but
Like
I
bu-
would love to buy a course. And
Like build a pool.
I would love a pool. I'd love a pool, a hot tub, and a sauna.
Boom.
Those are the 3 goals someday. If I ever win the lottery, those are definitely going to be in one of the top ones that I buy.
No,
I'm pretty sure all 3 are pretty doable even without the lottery.
no, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to make more money. I feel like I make a decent amount of money, especially now that I
Got the new job.
got the new job. I got
The new old job.
the new old job, yeah.
So, an add-on question to that, like, so if you did win a lottery, would you move out of state to like somewhere warmer, or would you stay in this area, like this state?
Probably pull a Joe Rogan, move to Texas, and not get killed by taxes.
I would probably do both, actually. If I won the lottery, I'd probably do both. I'd probably have a house here in Minnesota, and then I'd probably find an area that I really want to spend a lot of
warmer
time.
one?
Yeah, a warmer one, somewhere where I want to spend a lot of time. I wouldn't know where yet. I would definitely want to do a lot more research.
Oh, I'd definitely go to Texas too, only because I have family down there too.
Oh, Texas would be a really cool one, but I'm thinking of other options. Like I really enjoyed that place when we were on our trip in Arkansas.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That would be awesome. Arkansas is so beautiful.
gotta get a hold
Utah
of it.
would be another really good one to go to. If you've ever been to Utah, that's a beautiful state.
Utah is gorgeous.
Just don't go to Indiana.
No?
Hey, I grew up.
I know you grew up there.
Yeah.
No, I have a friend from Xbox who lives in Indiana, and we went there to stop by a couple years ago. Everybody there was just the worst drivers ever.
Oh,
Like, so bad. Like,
Yeah,
it was
probably.
it was like a 30-40 zone. We're going like 5, maybe 10 over, and this guy just...
They got nothing to do down there, man. They got nothing to do.
they got to get through. They got to get to the next town.
Yeah, gotta go as fast as they can and through as many red lights as they can.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was John Caparulo or Ron White. They got pulled over in Missouri or something like that. Son, why are you going so fast? I'm just trying to get the hell out of Missouri.
Sweet. Okay. So talking about all this, where would you say is your dream vacation?
Dream vacation. Oh, I'd go to Berlin.
Ooh.
Berlin.
Berlin.
Why-
You know,
Why Berlin?
Well, because when I was back in high school, I took my freshman year. I took 1 semester of Spanish. Didn't like it, so then I went to German, and I loved it. Like it came easy to me. Because I have German background in me. So that language came easy. Plus, they have good chocolate. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong with chocolate. Plus, the beers. Oktoberfest is almost like year round
Right.
Yeah.
over there. So it was just a place that I always wanted to go. And then I believe in one of the cities or like areas in Berlin, there's a wall, like an alley, in the city, where the walls are just covered with chewed bubblegum.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen that.
Yeah, I think that's in Berlin too.
I'm pretty sure too.
Are you planning
It's
on
like a
eating
famous
that gum?
one.
At least one piece. And just see if it still got its flavor after all these years.
Reminds me of like Buddy the Elf.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. He eats like 4 of them.
Candy.
That's
I can't believe people just leave this here.
yeah.
Now it makes you wonder, was that his own shoot for the scene, or was it just like edited to where it looked like he did it?
They probably edited it.
Yeah. I would imagine they edit it and or maybe they had like tape. Like they put like tape so it wasn't actually getting
And then he just stuck his own to something.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying like the tape and then stick it to the tape.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was his own chewed gum.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep. Yeah, because that would be...
Disgusting.
I don't know how much I would need to get paid for that.
Well, you also got to think about is how long does it have to sit in your mouth before it becomes even chewable?
Yeah. That's true.
True.
That does actually kind of remind me, though. We can talk more off air, but I think that'd be a fun segment. How much money would it take to blank?
That could be another segment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How much to do this?
Yeah. How much?
I like it. We need to start writing these down.
I already wrote that one down.
Nice.
It just went right into the flow of it.
Nice.
I liked it.
I like it. All right, Kev. What is your dream job?
Ooh, my dream job. Actually, it's too late for me now, but it was to be sports, like probably baseball.
Okay.
But actually, right now, more logical one. I'm working there right now. Working at Target Field.
Yeah.
That is the best place to work. It's like a family.
Nice.
A family of 750 plus people.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. That is the best place I've ever worked. Like,
just treat you that good, huh?
It's so amazing.
Well, you'd think out of working with 700 plus people, how many people you'd run into and not hate? Like, out of working there since 2010, I've only come across one, maybe two people I do not like working with.
And so the next question is name first and last name. Who? No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
One's in the room.
Alex. Alex, what's that? Shout out, bud.
Yeah, he's probably listening.
Nice.
Oh, because I talked to him on the Winter Classic because he went to that game,
Oh, nice.
the hockey game that was at Target Field.
Yep.
And I told him about the podcast. He goes, "Oh, did it air yet?" And I go, "No, not yet. We still have to do it." He goes, "Oh, well, let me know when it airs so I can listen to it."
Sweet.
So I told him to pay attention to this
Nice.
podcast. So
Hey, Alex.
he's been hopefully listening.
Don't know you, but hey, buddy.
He also recently got married. Last
Congratulations, Alex.
in September.
Yeah, congratulations. That's
Still
awesome.
upset that I didn't get an invite to the wedding now.
Yeah.
Now this is going to blow your mind.
Especially-
During his wedding, I managed to talk to his sister a little bit, not even realizing it was his sister and her fiance. I don't know what I did, but they fell in love with me.
Oh.
Like, so bad. They worshipped me. Like, they even asked me, if we invite you to our wedding, will you come?
Dang, that's
And I was like, you know what? If you shoot out an invite, I shall come.
cool.
Probably all those sweet dance moves.
Yeah.
I didn't even dance. And so I was like, the next day I was like, they probably forgot about it. And then next time Alex saw me, he goes, "What did you and Sarah talk about? Because they won't stop talking about you." I was like, they remember me?
That's cool. I love having interactions like that where you
Right.
just all of a sudden just don't know somebody and you're just best friends.
Right.
And it's awesome.
So yeah, and then I got actually to save the date last week for it.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I wasn't actually expecting it. So, hey, Justin, you want to be my +1 to that wedding?
Absolutely. Yes, Oh, him.
I mean, we could each be half a person.
Yeah.
We'll share a meal.
See, what's funny is I could say, "Oh yeah, I'm bringing Justin, and I'll bring both of you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not lying.
Right?
No?
No?
I'll bring Justin 2, as in the squared.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, technically I'm J too,
I know.
but because I'm the shit. That's why. It's a poop joke.
I
Poop
get it
number
because
2.
you're closer to the ground.
Yeah. That's a short joke
Like
for those of you that know that I'm short.
All right,
I don't care though.
Kev, your turn.
My
gonna
turn
give you,
here,
We're going
alright.
to give you the floor to ask 2 questions.
All right. So there's a lot of Disney movies that have been being remade. What's your favorite live-action Disney movie?
Ooh.
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Go ahead.
My favorite live-action Disney movie that came out recently, well, semi-recently, I should say, has got to be Jungle Book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Jungle Book. That was like my favorite movie as a kid. Like, I would have that movie on loop as a kid. Like, I knew
Nice.
every song, every word, everything that was coming up. I would like bring family members from other rooms to come dance with me when Baloo was singing.
I want to be like you.
Yep.
Now, did they remake that one twice? I feel like they made.
They've remade that one a billion.
I mean,
They
like
might.
live action twice.
I think it was just the once, but maybe I don't know.
No,
I'd
they
have to
just
look it up.
recently did it, and then they did it one like back in the late 90s or
No,
whatever.
okay.
The late 90s was the cartoon.
Yeah, I thought that was that was the cartoon.
No, there was another one. It was,
A live action?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't
It
know
was
that.
with what's his name?
Christopher Walken, or is that the newer one?
That's the newer one.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember who played, but Mowgli. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, well, if you want to look it up, you can look it up. I'm not gonna, unless you look it up for me. But
Maybe someday.
sweet.
My favorite live action right now is the new Aladdin. Where,
With Will Smith.
Will Smith
Yep,
plays
yeah.
the genie.
That's actually mine too.
Yes.
Nice.
He plays it really well. He plays a little bit darker.
Yeah, like it's a little bit darker, but I also like the way that they transitioned into it.
Yeah, but it's really close to the original.
It's close to the original. There's a lot of the original songs. They even added a few songs to it, if I do recall.
Yeah.
I
A lot
would
of the same
imagine,
songs.
yeah.
Mulan. I was excited for Mulan,
Oh, don't get me wrong.
but they
I
didn't.
didn't like that.
I didn't
one.
either.
didn't?
It's nothing like the original.
And I even knew that going into watching
more-
this movie.
It was more historical than
Yeah, that's what they were going for.
that was freaking terrible.
I didn't see it.
So you've seen the animated one, though, right?
Yeah, I've seen the animated one.
Throw that out the window.
Yep,
It's just not
nothing
even
like that.
Really?
Well, there's very small similarities. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it was a female going into the military for her father, but
That was about it.
that's about it. Yes, like they didn't even have Mushu in there.
Nope.
Interesting. He was like one of my favorite characters.
Mine too.
They could have made that movie so fun.
Oh, definitely. And then like the way that they killed the main villain in that movie was trash too.
I know. You have to watch it. It's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
It is on Disney.
I
Plus.
get
I
Disney
don't
Plus.
want to spoil anything else, but I mean, don't if you're gonna watch it, just don't go into it expecting it to be like the animated series, and
Okay.
it might be slightly better for you.
I probably would have expected it to be just like the other one, or at least similar, just like all of the other live action ones.
Right? Yeah.
I would have been disappointed as well, probably.
Oh yeah. It's-
Well, maybe now that I know, I won't be disappointed though. Maybe I'll just.
And what is so bad about that is like they had one of the best like martial artists actors in that movie too, Bruce Lee. I think it was Bruce Lee, or maybe it was Jet Li. One of the two.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah, and I was like, why would you do that? That doesn't seem like a role you would take.
Yeah, because I don't think it was Bruce Lee. Because Bruce Lee,
Yeah, so
I think he's
it's
passed.
Yeah, it's Jet Li then.
Jet Li,
I always
yeah.
get those two mixed up. For
yeah,
some
because
strange reason.
I also know that Bruce Lee had a son, and he actually died in the filming of a movie,
The Crow.
The Crow. Yeah,
So yeah, then it was Jet Li who was in that movie.
Brandon Lee was.
yeah, yeah. Brandon Lee. And just another trivia question: in The Office, which Office character has the favorite movie, The Crow?
I believe that's Dwight, isn't it?
That is Dwight. Yeah. For those Office fans out there, a little trivia for
Dwight's one of my favorites.
you. I love Dwight too.
I think to myself, would an idiot do that? If the answer is yes, I don't do that thing.
Oh, I love The Office so much. All right, what's your second question?
All right, my second question is: have you ever had a what have I got myself into moment?
Yes. Every day of my life. I'm just kidding.
Join a club.
No. The one that comes to mind first is working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Oh, okay.
I got a job there, and I thought it was going to be great. I was really excited for it. It was one of the first jobs I had, like, after I graduated college. I thought I was in a really good spot, and I worked there for maybe a month or two, and that's when that moment hit me, and I'm like, what am I doing here? This is not a place for me. Like, this is not fun. I don't enjoy it, any of it, so why am I even here?
Yeah.
So, how about you, Justin?
What was the question?
Have you ever had a what have I got myself into moment?
What have I gotten into? Moment? I have so many.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I talked about my Enterprise experience.
The one that comes to mind wasn't the one that I got myself into, but I was a part of, was the one that I think I've talked about on this podcast, was when Mikey was bartending, and we caught those people
Shagging.
Oh, shagging in the bathrooms.
getting it on.
Yeah.
So what Mikey would always do,
Pour the water.
pour the
on.
water on him.
Yep.
Well, he saw somebody one night. We were having a wedding, and somebody was getting hooking up in the bathroom. So Mikey did his thing, grabbed a bucket of water, dumped it on him. Here you find out it was the bride.
With the best man, right?
That happened to be the groom's brother.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I remember that story. It's
And
like, oh my
Mikey
God.
comes up. He goes, "What do I do now?" I go, "Watch the fireworks, buddy. Let's just grab some popcorn."
Yeah.
This is one show you start that you just can't stop
Yep.
till it's over.
Yeah, because after they both come out soaking wet, there's no explaining that. You can't say it was raining outside.
Well,
like,
they could have tried playing off the faucet broke and I got sprayed all over.
but then
But
why were they in the
it'd be-
bathroom together?
No, I know why I'm saying. That's why
Yeah.
they could try to do
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah, 2 sinks broken, 2 separate
bathrooms.
bathrooms
Yeah,
at the
right.
same time.
This place's plumbing is garbage.
Yeah.
Sorry, the reason I wasn't really seemed like I was paying attention. I was looking up the Jungle Book.
Oh, I gotcha.
And
What'd
it
you
was
find?
1994,
Okay.
and it was with Jason Scott Lee,
Oh, okay.
and then Sam Neill was the girl that he falls in love with in the movie or whatever. Sam Neill is the guy from Jurassic Park, the first one.
Oh, nice.
So
Is that guy who plays Dr. Grant?
yes,
Okay.
yep. So,
No, I think you're thinking of Neil Patrick Harris.
and you guys said that Jungle Book came out in the 90s.
I thought so.
No.
No,
Was
it's 80 something. It wasn't the
Try
animated.
like 1964
Jesus.
or something. I'll look it up.
That was
again. I just
30, almost 30 years before I was born, and that was my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Right? I know, right? It's amazing how some of these things like
1967, the original Jungle Book came out.
Oh, I was off by a long shot.
oh, I can never seem to remember dates myself because going back to Whole Magic, I thought that didn't start. I thought that started in the 80s. 93, 94.
And the live action has been remade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
Jesus.
Wow. That's a popular remake.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could go so many different ways with
Right.
that too.
That's interesting.
The 1994 one was actually my favorite. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Not the
I
newer
can
one?
I can only recall
I
seeing
like the newer one, but I still like 94 better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only recall seeing the newer one with Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember because I like, what was I doing? I was talking to my grandma, and she's like, well, we should really go see this because you watched it as a kid, and like you would always bring me into the room to come dance with you. And then I was like, okay. And then my mom said the same thing, and I'm like, and this was my dad's mom, grandma, and my biological mom. And so I'm like, biological dad and mom aren't on, they don't talk really.
Yeah, they're not on
Yeah, they're not
speaking
together.
terms.
Yeah, they're not together. They don't speak or whatever. And so I asked them both, I'm like, so would you guys want to go, all 3 of us? And they're like, sure. So we did. It was a really good time. I think my grandpa came, Brendan came. And so we just had a bunch of us go, and we've gone a few more times to a couple different movies. It's just a fun little tradition that we've made.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good to hear that they can still be adults about the whole situation.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Like, I mean, they'll still like
Bicker back and forth or whatever.
No, they don't really bicker or anything. Like, I think they might be friends on Facebook and stuff.
Oh,
but,
okay.
like, so they know what's going on in each other's lives.
Yeah,
and I
right.
talk to them every now and then about each other. But no, it's just cool because I always see my mom and I always see my grandma, but I never like really put them together super often. It just seems like 2 different worlds to me, and it's just kind of cool to have those 2 worlds come together every now and then and
That is cool.
have fun together. So
Reunite.
sweet. Well, I think it's time to get into our topic hour.
Actually, I have something for you guys.
Oh
before you do
yeah,
that.
you had a
Yay,
surprise.
So,
Strippers, here they come. Let's go.
Mom, let them down. So, I know in one of the podcasts before how you said you wanted to try snake.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, previous to that, I've had python jerky before.
interesting.
Snap, dude.
So I bought another package just for this podcast for you guys to try it.
Wow, Python.
Snake jerky, baby. Let's go.
That sound you're hearing
Dude,
is
I
him
am
taking
so
it out
excited.
of the package.
Oh my god.
Here, I need to try one of them.
Oh, dude.
Why are you giving me the big one? I'll take it, but
This one's fat.
I'll take it.
Don't
Okay.
worry, there's plenty more if you like it.
We're about to try some Python jerky.
Do you like it?
I liked it. I mean, it is definitely different than normal jerky,
Okay.
but it has a good flavor to it.
I'm a little
think you like it.
nervous. Here we go. Here, we're going to try it.
It might be a little tough just because I want to make sure I didn't forget it at home, so I brought it to me working. It's on my car.
So we're eating steak right now.
Yeah. It is a little tough. I like the flavoring, though.
And if I recall correctly, it's also chewier than normal beef jerky, too.
It is a little chewy.
I can definitely kind of get
I got like a
snake taste to it.
sense of like
Honey.
Well, I got like eel sauce when you're eating sushi. That's kind of what I got.
You want to know what the ingredients to this is?
Yeah.
So there's
Steak.
obviously Python. Then it has brown sugar, teriyaki sauce, so soy sauce,
I think it's the teriyaki.
That's what I'm tasting.
wine, sugar, water, vinegar,
Oh, man.
salt, onion powder, and it says spices.
It is definitely chewy. Here, I'm gonna give you this little piece that I didn't get to back because I don't want to keep chewing. I like it, but I just don't want to keep chewing during the podcast. That's good though.
There we go. We've eaten snake.
I've first time.
Cross something off your bucket list.
I got so excited.
Yeah, I was not expecting this. This is a really good surprise.
Mark that one off the old bucket list.
Yeah, for sure. Dang.
It's good, people.
Yeah, where'd you get it?
I actually got it online. I forgot the website because the normal one I went to was out of stock. Like, to find this one, every place I went to was out of stock, out of stock, out of
Python.
stock.
Sorry, Farnick, if you're listening.
Oh, is he?
He's a snake partner. Well,
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Wait, one of your babies.
I think that's where he got it from.
Hey, as long as it died from natural causes, I don't think he'll mind too much.
Well, I think it came from a natural shovel, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so you're saying they don't just take it out back and shoot it like Old Yeller?
Yeah, that's... that's what I would do.
You know, save money on ammo too.
All right.
Yeah. That was really good. I like that surprise.
Dude, it was actually very delicious. I enjoyed it.
Thanks,
Well,
Kev.
Thank you, Kev.
If you want to take the rest home, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll take it. It was delicious.
Oh, sorry. Keebs.
Keebs.
Either one works.
I forgot to say Keebs.
So, should we get into our topic hour?
Yeah, they don't even know what the topic hour is.
I think they figured it out by now.
I think they figured it out.
I hope they figured it out.
Talking about the working for the twins.
Working for the twins.
Working for the twins.
Nice.
What are we talking about?
Working for the twins.
Working for the twins.
Work.
Twins.
Oh yeah, that's
Working.
right.
So this hour, we're going to talk about just questions
Working for the
about
twins.
working for the twins. If you guys don't know what the topic hour is, that's what it is.
What is it?
It's the Major League Baseball team for Minnesota
And working for them.
and working for them.
And then we're going to be also talking about working other events outside of the twins, but mostly talking about the
Working for the twins.
for the twins. Yeah.
Okay. So, we're working for the twins.
Yep. Well, I worked for the twins.
And I'm pretty sure if you really want to work for the twins too, apply. They usually hire roughly 70 new people each year.
Yep.
Nice.
It's a nice part-time gig.
Yep. And if you don't want to get the
Sweet
gig, put my name in, and you're definitely not going to get a good reference.
So, Justin, you know how you got on the Wall of Fame there?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's still up there. I can contest it's still up there. It stays up there. He does
Nice.
not look anything like that picture.
Oh, I've seen it. Nothing.
I have long
Looks
hair.
like a
and
12. Looks like a 12-year-old boy.
12-year-old boy with a bold cut.
I was 22 when that picture was
I
taken.
know. And I'd still card you.
Or no, I was 21 because it was 2011. I was 21 when that was taken.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
so you got it your first year. I thought you got it like 1 year prior, or like after you started.
No, I got it like 3 months in.
Oh, wow.
It was nuts because it was.
3 months in and boom, on the Wall of Fame.
Oh,
Badass. You want to go? Or,
That's one thing I never was able to do is get on that wall.
Hey, there's still time.
you
I know
still,
that.
yeah, you've been working there longer than I have. So I mean,
Oh, like I did something similar to what you did too. There's a family of 4 who lost their key fob for their car in the Delta 360 Club.
yeah,
That's what we call it now, which is I still think it's a Legends Club. I still call
yeah.
it Legends
So,
Club. But we tried finding it, couldn't find it. They were going to take an Uber home. They lived in Coon Rapids. And I live in Big Lake.
yeah.
Right.
and they were looking at the Uber, $138 plus dollars from an Uber from Minneapolis.
So you're like, I'll do it for 135.
$100 flat. No, I offered to give them a ride home, and they're like, "You sure?" It's like, it's on my way, because at that time, 94 from Minneapolis was blocked off, so I had to go through Coon Rapids to get up home.
Yeah.
And so, like, they were maybe 2 minutes out of my way, which isn't really out of my way.
Right.
So I offered to give them a ride home. You sure? Of course I'm sure.
Yeah.
It sucks to what happened to you, and unfortunately we couldn't help you find your way here, or your key fob to get you home, but I don't want that to ruin your night, so at least you can sleep in your own beds or whatever.
Right.
It's not any harm to me, because like I said, it's on my way.
Yeah.
Right? So they were thankful about it. They even offered to pay me. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
cool.
Now, if you were on my way by far, I might have just accepted the money for gas, but
Yeah.
you're on my way. I'm
Yeah.
not going to have you pay for something that I'm already going to be driving.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure. Yeah, no, you should have got recognized for that.
Oh, no, I did get recognized
Oh,
for it. I just
good.
didn't get on the wall.
Okay. Well, at least you got recognized.
Yeah. $25 gift card to Target.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that was quite the job. I loved working for the Twins.
So nice.
I base most of my jobs now around that job.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Pretty much.
you got to compare it, because like I said, it's a really great place to work.
No, I mean, like I literally have, like, when I worked at a warehouse, it was a Sunday through Thursday, and I made arrangements with my boss there. Hey, could I start a little bit later on Sunday so I could still work the Twins on the morning side, and then
Yeah.
just come in after that, and then that way I could still hit my game requirement.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally base all my other jobs off of the Twins
awesome.
jobs.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I did the same thing for a number of years, and then I obviously left for the 2 seasons, and then I came back for another 2 seasons, and then I left again. But I haven't been there since we started the podcast, so
I've never been there.
no.
You never been to Target Field?
I've been to Target. I never worked for Target.
Oh, you should work.
I do enough jobs. I'm good.
Dante, you worked there for
Yeah.
about
Come
3
on, all you have to
seasons.
do is work a minimum of 35 games, unless you sign up for just the day games, and you have to work every day game. Mm-hmm. Which is only like 10 or 12.
That ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah, that's not going to work for you with
I know.
your landscaping.
I tried.
All right. Well, now that we talked a little bit about the Twins, let's get into it.
Yeah,
Let's get into our topic hour. Again, if you guys don't know what the topic hour is, we're talking about the Twins and working for them, working for the Minnesota Twins,
What are all in details?
and all of the details that would be encompassing of working for the Twins.
The cool things about it.
Yep.
And all the fun stories you get with it. Well, most of them.
Yeah. All right. I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
All right. How many games do you think that you've worked?
Ooh. Let's see here. For the first 5-6 seasons, I was working 75 plus games out of the 81. So I would say I'd probably hit close to 1,000.
Wow. That's a lot
in
of
my
games.
in my 11 years there. Well, no, I don't think that would be 1,000, because there's 81 a season.
I'll do the math quick. Here.
81 games, 11 seasons?
That's if I worked all 81 every season, but
So you had the potential here. So 81, and you said 11?
yeah.
You had a potential of working 891.
Okay, so then out of that, then I would say I worked
750.
close to.
Say on average, about 75.
Well, it was for the first 4, but then as soon as I got more big boy jobs, I had to go down about 20 games or so. So I'd say I probably hit at least 650.
Okay, yeah. So if we
Out
did
of the
75
100.
times 4 is 300. And then you said for the next 6 years, maybe average about 55?
Well, for the first 5-6 years, I
5 or 6.
averaged
okay.
out about 75. I know there was one season. I made it a goal for a whole season to work all 81 games. So
Nice.
I know I did that once.
Yeah. And so I'm just going to say on average, those 6 years is about 75. So
Yeah.
that's 450. Plus, let's say the next 5 years was on average about 50. 55, we'll say.
Sounds about right.
So 55 times 5 is 275 plus the 450. So you worked about 725 games.
That was
About.
close.
Probably more than that, because he had one that he did all 81.
Well, yeah, but there was some seasons where I only hit like 73, and then
Yeah.
there was others where I was. So I threw that in the average of the 75,
So
77
nice.
years.
Yeah, but over 700 games is a lot.
That's a lot of games. That's a lot of baseball.
My favorite sport.
And that's not even including the concerts.
Oh yeah, and not even including concerts. Like starting in what I think it was 2016. They started doing concerts
Yep.
there. No,
And
I think it was sooner than
It was
that.
sooner than that,
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
they did during the All-Stars year too. So yeah, 2013.
I feel like 2012 maybe even they had a couple.
It's very, very possible.
I had 1 year, I think it was my senior year, between high school ball, town ball, summer ball, winter ball, and all that. I played 106 games.
Wow.
Nice.
That's basically a professional season.
Almost.
Yeah, you were only,
Wow.
you said 106?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were only shy by like
60-some.
56 games.
But you were also probably working and
Mm-hmm.
school.
Going to school.
Yeah. So that's
It's still impressive.
Yeah.
very impressive.
Right.
Dang.
All right. How long have you been working for the Twins? And I think you pretty much already answered
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Started back in May of 2010.
2010, and today it is
That'd be about 12 years.
January.
12 years. This year will be number
Yeah.
12, I do believe.
Wow.
Nice.
It's 5 more than me. I did 7 seasons.
Nice.
One of them was as an intern too.
Yeah. Yep. So I did 6 seasons as a guest
Usher.
service usher and then 1 as a ballpark operations intern or twin turn.
Man, I wish I would have took off for you.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been a cool job. But I'm
What's
thrown off
What's
the
nice now is, you know how back when you were working there, they had the premium services and
Yeah.
the guest services?
Yep.
They kind of mold that all into one.
Oh, wow.
Like this
Okay.
past season or two, everybody's been working, had a chance to work everywhere. Like
Oh, so
normal
you-
ushers would be in the Delta 360 Club, and the premium service folks are now guest service. It all says guest services on it.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no premium or anything anymore.
So you could work like the Champions Club or up in the terrace level.
I think that
or-
normally that was the idea, but I think they had specific people
Oh, okay.
permanently put down in those areas,
Okay.
just because
Well,
they,
that
they
makes
already knew
sense.
they already knew that the
people.
people down there and whatnot. But,
Yeah. Which makes sense.
but the people in like the Legends Club or the Delta 360 Club
Would switch up.
would switch up, like being at gates or sections in the bowl, inner seating bowl. And
That's cool. There's so many fun positions to work there.
Definitely.
Nice.
Well, since he kind of answered that question, do you want to do your next one, and then that way I don't ruin any other question for you?
Sure. All right. What is the coolest thing you've experienced while working there?
The coolest thing I experienced. Oh, there's so many that goes through, but I guess it's not really cool for this specific person. But when there was a bar named Barrios by Gate 6 there, Jose Batista hits a line drive foul ball into the bar. Hits one of the bartenders in the face.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
like right here, like in the mouth, like her lip was bleeding and everything.
Oh no.
And this is the cool part about that is like this next part really isn't, but a guest, a fan, goes, "I'll give you $500 for that ball," and then
Wow.
the other bartender there goes, "Get the out of here!"
Yeah.
She got hit in the face, and he kept the ball behind the bar because he was going to give it to the bartender
girl.
that got hit, which I thought was fair.
Yeah.
You got
Yep.
hit by the ball, you
Yeah,
can
you
keep
get
it.
the ball.
Yeah.
So that just him saying that, like, he didn't hold back against guys, and he was like, "No, you're not getting the fucking ball."
Yeah.
She got hit by it.
Yeah.
She gets the ball.
Hey, how about offer the thing to her though, man?
Yeah.
She probably liked the $500.
Well, you never know.
But that's it. She couldn't really talk. She got hit in the
no,
mouth.
Yeah.
no.
I think she had other priorities at that time.
Wink twice if you want 500.
Yeah. He's offering 1,000, but he's only giving her 500.
No, but then like another cool thing, like they started doing this past few seasons is like during closer to the end of the season, they do an all-you-can-eat buffet in the grandstand.
Nice.
So if you buy tickets for, I think it's after, what is it, Memorial Day or Labor Day, whichever one comes second in the season. If you on Mondays and Tuesdays is what they were doing. If you bought a ticket for $237 through $240, you got it in for the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Wow.
That's bad.
I wonder if they're going to do that this year, too. That'd be sweet.
Maybe. I mean, I worked every single one of those events last year, so
Oh, you didn't get a chance to partake?
I wouldn't either, honestly.
Nah.
I mean, because it's a nice thing that they did for the guests and everything, and then you run into so many people who feel like they're entitled.
Oh, yeah, I
sure.
bet.
Because that area is right next to the Delta 360 Suite, which used to be called Catch.
Yep.
In center field. And they're used to going up those stairs by gate 34 to cut across to go over. Well, because of that all you can eat, they can't do that because that's an event
buffet.
going on up there, so they can't
Yeah.
cut through there.
Right.
Well, why can't I always go this way? Well, not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
So what are tickets for the buffet usually like?
Well, it's the price of the section,
Yep.
and when I tried to get my folks to go to one of the games for that, because I knew I was going to be in that area, it was like $31 a ticket.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
at all.
No.
Not for an all-you-can-eat buffet during the game. I can eat $31.
I could do that
especially
for sure.
especially if you're like a family and you go there with kids, like teenagers.
Yep.
Normally you'd be spending $150 on just on food for the kids,
Absolutely.
and that's not including the beers you're buying for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So $31 times, let's say you have 3 kids, so there's $93 right there, and it's all they can eat.
Yeah. Yep. That you saved your money.
You
Easy.
saved a shit ton of money,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and all
you've
that
gotten
money
to,
and all that money you saved goes to that beer that you want.
Yep. You've gotten to a couple games with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm definitely interested in this.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if it comes back, I'll let
Yeah,
you know
hit
that,
me-
it's-
hit
that-
me
that-
up.
I'll let you know it's back and when they're doing it, so that way you can plan accordingly.
Definitely. Got a couple of buddies from work that probably would go do it too.
For sure.
And like the food items that they give was like hot dogs, popcorn, peanuts, the basic nachos that come in the plastic bag with the side of cheese, soda, and then they even had a dessert, like it was either a popsicle or ice cream sandwich.
Dang. I'd take that all day.
Absolutely.
Did I mention popcorn?
Yes. yes, you
Okay.
did. Yep.
I don't remember anymore. I say it so many times.
All right. Well, my question kind of goes with yours. So we're even now.
Okay.
Is that cool? All right. So what is the most memorable story? So I know it's kind of the same, but it's a little
It is-
different.
this goes into so many stories though. But the one is there was a bachelor party of 16 people, and they're sitting up in like 300 and 304 or something like that.
Yeah.
Third inning, these 2 guys come up to me at gate 29. Dude, we lost the groom. We don't know where he's at.
We lost the groom. This is a hangover
Yeah.
situation.
He went off with one of the best men.
Oh, I thought it was going way different.
I thought so too.
No, he went off with one of the best men, but he didn't come back. The best man came back, but
Yeah.
the best man came back, but he didn't.
Yeah.
What'd the best man say?
Well, they're like, and we can't find him. Like, we checked all the bathrooms. He's not out there. Like, we can't find him. I was like, well, don't worry. I can guarantee you, every single time when we lost somebody here, we find them by the end of the ninth inning. So you don't have to worry about anything. So we're getting on the radios, letting you know that there's a lost person, so everybody can look out for him. One of the team leads is walking by and, hey, Steve, do you think you could check first aid to make sure there's nobody in detox right now? Just like trying to sober up to make sure that.
Oh no.
He's like, yeah, I could do that real quick. Just hold on. So he walks away and he's like, guys, how about this? Just go over there, watch the game, and when we hear anything, we'll come get you. So that way you don't miss the game and
Right.
for this. And while I'm talking to him, the 2 people from the group comes up, and this is like the 5th, 6th inning at this point. Yeah, we're done for the day. We're gonna go back to the hotel to see if he went back there. Because we have a no reentry policy, so once when you leave, you
Yeah,
can't come back
yeah.
in unless you had the okay from the team lead.
Yep.
So yeah, we're done. We're gonna go check the hotel, see if he went back there. Okay. Then a little bit later, 2 other guys come up. Yeah, we're done too. We're gonna go back to Cowboy Jack's, see if he went back to the bar. Okay. 15, 20 minutes later, gets calls. Yeah, he's not at the hotel. Okay. Well, hopefully he's at the bar. 5 more minutes go by. Yeah, he's not at the bar. Where is he? He's freaking guys, don't worry. Like I said, we find him before the game's over. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs.
Find him just before.
Yeah.
Call comes in. Oh yeah, we found him. Where was he? He was passed out in the women's bathroom, right across from your section.
Oh no.
So he went into the wrong bathroom
And
sat
passed
on the-
out in there.
sat on the stall, and just passed out.
Oh man.
How'd they find him?
Oh, because there was a woman part of the group who went in there, and then the stall was closed, and she just saw she noticed okay, normally the pants are at the ankles.
Something.
You okay? You don't belong in here. She's confused of where he's at.
Yep.
So she walks out, and talks to the closest guest service and goes, "Yeah, there's a dude in the women's bathroom over there, and he won't leave."
Yeah.
So then-
well, I'm sure he wasn't able to.
Well, no, he wasn't. So they page security, and security goes in there and goes, "Sir," or they announce,
Yeah.
if there's any ladies in here, we're coming in. We're men. We're security." So they just come in. Nobody was in there except for the
Yep.
drunk guy. And they're like, "Sir, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm with the group of. You're with that bachelor party." "Yeah." "All right. Well, we're gonna take you to get you detox here a little bit before you leave here, and so yeah, that was pretty much it. But,
That's nuts.
and then so when we told the guys though, yeah, we found him. I was like, "See, I told you guys, we found him before the game's over."
Yeah, 1 out.
left.
That's so down to the wire.
Hey, I don't lie.
Yeah, you didn't?
That's freaking funny.
But yeah, like there's so many experiences you get there.
Oh, I'm
sure.
Some are good, some are bad. Like there was another time where a guy had too much to drink. He's sitting in section 128, which is bleachers. He throws up. No, it wasn't straight down.
Yeah.
It was projectile. It went 8 rows in front of him.
Yikes.
So that hits at least 25 people.
Yeah, because it's a
It's a crowded area.
yeah.
Because there's no seat dividers for your seats.
Yeah.
So the divider's literally your skin touching the other person.
Sorry, it happened.
Yeah.
So
We weren't gonna mention names, but
Yeah, I tried to leave you anonymous there.
yeah.
But yeah, no, you get stories like that too, and it just sucks sometimes. But hey, can't do much except for roll with it.
Yeah.
All right. Who's the biggest name celeb that you have seen at a game, other than a ball player?
Does retired count?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Tony Leva, Ken Herbeck. I even met Harmon Killebrew
that's pretty sweet.
before he passed away.
All right. Anybody not?
There was Jim Brewer.
Oh, nice.
He actually came to a Brewers game, which was kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Jim Brewer.
He was a
Jim
comedian.
Brewers.
Yeah.
Was he?
He's
Did he have a Brewers stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it was-
bet.
it was- and it was funny because he was walking around and he's wearing a Brewers hat, Brewers jersey, and then he's just walking around and goes, "You're Jim Brewer." And he goes, "Yeah, I am. I don't even like the Brewers either."
Thank God, Jim. I was getting worried there for a minute. Come on, Jim.
I would have had him if I had Brewer stuff. I would have asked for his Brewer stuff. I would have been like, "Hey, can you sign your hat and give it to me?" Like,
I'll buy it.
yeah,
Right? Yeah, there's also a lot because there's so many that also ended up going to the All-Star game in 2014.
Yeah.
I don't remember the guy's name, but there was another famous person in my section. And you could barely see because just the way that the thing was built. It's like the only bad seat in the whole stadium. And
yeah,
I felt bad for him because I couldn't relocate him because it was packed.
yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest celebrity that I got to see there was when I think I might have already said this on the podcast, but this was when I was an intern and it was during the All-Star game. And my job during the morning was we had to do a rehearsal of what was going to happen for like the national anthem and all this stuff. So we were each morning, the day of, I had to do that. Well, my job was to make sure that nobody was on their cell phone because they didn't want any of it to get
you
leaked.
told us.
And so I had gone up to this person, and I knew who she was. She was Adina Menzel, the person that sings Frozen
Oh,
in
yeah,
Frozen. And I had to tell her to get off her phone
Oh, okay.
because that was my job. And she was very polite, and she's like, "Yeah, I completely understand." She's like, "I'll be off it. I'm getting off it right now." And she just put it away. And
That's awesome. That's just polite about
That
it.
reminds me of another person that was at a game. He actually threw out a first pitch. I forget his name. It's Kevin something, but he played Hercules in the old Hercules show.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name. I'm pretty sure it's Kevin something. I just don't remember his name.
Big,
but
tall, brown hair.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he
I'll look it up
he's
real
at
quick.
one of the games, and it was because he's a Minnesota boy himself.
Oh, he is? I didn't know.
Yeah, I think he has a place somewhere up north, if I remember correctly.
nice. My neck of the woods.
Yeah, maybe more west coast of state. Maybe
Like,
of our state, more west coast.
Uh,
so like Bemidji.
Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah,
What's he look like?
That guy right there.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Nice.
Yeah, so he did a first pitch at one of the games.
Cool.
That's pretty badass.
I didn't know he was a Minnesota boy. All right. What is your favorite position to work at Target Field?
At Target Field.
Because I know there's a bunch of different positions.
There is.
So you can work. Why don't you name a few of the positions?
So you can either be a ticket scanner to help folks come in when they get there, or you can be a wander in case they set off the spectrometers, or you can be a wheelchair runner, or you can be a director, and that's just at the gates.
Yep.
You could be
You could be a pass out person.
pass out person if there's pass outs there. Or you're at the top of each aisle, at the top of the aisle, just making sure people are sitting in the right areas or helping them find their seats. Garden stairwells that are for employees only. That's actually pretty much about it.
You can work the elevators.
Normally, yes, they didn't do that this past year.
Oh,
because
I didn't
of the
know
whole COVID change thing. Mm-hmm. Because they want to limit the number of people inside an elevator.
Which makes sense.
But yeah. So out of all those positions, I would have to say wheelchair runner. It can be a drag just because you don't know the size of the people you're getting, but usually it's people who just had surgeries or elderly. But it gives you a nice chance to talk with them.
Oh, you get to meet
them,
guest.
try and enhance their experience, and then as you're walking through, let them know, hey, this is going to be the closest spot to go to the bathroom for your seats, or this is where you'll get this food item if you know where the food items are.
Nice.
That's like the hardest part for me to remember is
the
the food items
items?
because they change almost every single season.
Mm-hmm.
Especially then when they start off with a brand new food item for the season, and then they stop serving it like halfway through, or they don't start until halfway through,
Or they change sections.
or they change sections. Yeah, but yeah, no, I'd probably have to say wheelchair runner just because it's most interaction you can get with a single guest while still doing your job.
I would have to agree. That was one of my favorite positions too. Just getting a chance to meet those people, and then like you'd also help around the gate. Like if it was their first game, you give them a first game certificate.
Yep, they do those too, first game certificates. So if you haven't been to a game before,
That's cool.
yeah, if you haven't been to a game before, oh, is this your first time here? Like if somebody coming from California, and they're doing one of their goal to visit all the ballparks.
Dang.
Oh, this is your first time? Here's a paper-sized plastic material or poster material picture of Target Field with a white spot at the top that says for today's date and your name.
Yep.
You can frame it if you want, or you can just.
That's cool. I'll have
Pin
to
it
do
to
that.
your-
I haven't brought Gracie to a game yet, so
Yeah.
I'll have to do that.
You'll
Did
definitely
you
have
ever
to.
get one for yourself?
No.
Well, next time you go, just let them know it's your first time too, and you can get one too.
Hey guys.
Now, this is probably going to be not on one of your questions, but it's going to be a question for you guys. Justin, you might, or Roddy, you might actually know this one.
Okay.
Because you know Chuck. But, Vandy, with your best guess, how much do you think it costs to go on the big screen for a proposal?
Ooh.
Because that is not free.
I bet not. I'm gonna say $2,000.
No. Less. Way less.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because anybody can do it.
I'm gonna guess $2.
Well, if we were playing...
I know. I wasn't.
If we were playing Price is Right rules, Roddy, you won. Just because of $2.
So that means Kevin's gonna buy me a proposal at Target Field now.
No, because now I'm going to throw in my guess. No, $200 to $250.
That ain't bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Wow.
But when you ask the team lead at the guest service booth, when you want to do that, before he says okay to it, he makes sure, are you 99% sure she's going to say yes?
Yep.
Because they don't want a no on there.
That'd be awesome if it was a no.
So that's like been one of the things I want to do is like go to the ballpark and with a female
fake it
friend
out.
and fake it out. Yeah, it's like if everybody just pitched in for it, like just threw in like
Yeah.
$10 or whatever, just to get a "Will you marry me?" and then just a "Oh my God, no!"
Have her throw a pop on you or something.
Throw popcorn, whatever.
Get a Gatorade thing.
Although I would be wearing a Twins jersey, a white Twins jersey, so I'd rather they just like throw popcorn on me or something.
No, we're gonna do red Gatorade.
Well, then let me take off my jersey.
You take it off and fold it up neat and nice.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind because then it'll be one of the nice new fancy Twins red jerseys.
Ah, there you go.
faded.
Yeah. Customized.
Customized, faded, and worn frequently.
Nice.
Wow.
And then if you ever spill ketchup on it, you're
good to
good.
go.
Or if I get shot, they'll never know.
All right. Obviously, other than the All-Star game, what was the biggest game that you ever witnessed and worked?
The only one that comes to my mind is back when we had Jim Tomey. Back in
I love Tommy.
what was it, 2012?
That's got to be 12,
I was gonna
13.
say, yeah.
When we were playing the White Sox, we were losing 5-0 in the bottom of the ninth. Without getting a single out, Twins came back and got 6 straight runs. Jim Tomey hit a walk-off home run that went above the black flagpole in
I
right field.
remember that home run. It was a bomb and a half. It was like 520 some feet.
It wasn't that far because I believe Harmon Killeberg's longest home run was 507, and it didn't quite reach that distance.
Yeah.
Because, fun fact about Target Field at that time, and even probably now, from home plate to the Golden Glove that's outside gate 34 in right field
Yep.
is the same distance as Harmon Killeberg's longest home run.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
So if it's ever shorter than that glove, then it's not the longest.
Or even if you look at center field at section 334, there's a staircase with a railing next to it. Mm-hmm. At the very top of that staircase, there's one seat that's also the same distance.
Wow.
Yep. You get to know all these really cool facts when you work there.
Yeah.
Like
And that big wall that they have, like on the parking ramp,
Yeah.
that like has like all the waves, like those are supposed to be like the size of a card, like a baseball card.
Actually, I think it's slightly bigger.
It is
yeah.
slightly bigger, yes, but that's kind of the size they were going for.
Yeah.
And there's, what is it, 50,000
Yep.
of those.
Oh, wow.
And then the warning track on the outside, 500 tons of gravel from Milwaukee.
Yep.
From Milwaukee.
That's the downside to it.
Yeah.
Isn't the grass from like Colorado?
I thought it was,
Well, maybe it is the grass that's from Milwaukee. Bluegrass. I know it's bluegrass.
yeah, I think it might have been from South Carolina.
Even then, I mean,
I can't
But yeah,
remember.
it's real grass. It's bluegrass is what they call it, even though it's
Yeah.
not blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice stuff, though.
Yeah.
And all the water, like if you ever go to a Twins game, all the water that you see them spraying onto the field, that's all recycled water
Yep.
from like rain and everything.
Everything.
It gets pulled in from the field, goes through our
Drainage system.
drainage system to our recycling that filters it, and then you just reuse it.
That's cool.
I love working there.
All right. What is the coolest non-Twins event that you've worked or attended at Target Field?
I'm gonna have to actually go recently with that Winter Classic game that just happened
Oh, okay,
this
yeah.
year. It was
And you attended that, right? You didn't work it?
no, I did work it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I don't really attend to those kind of things mainly because I end up working it,
Yeah.
and also the fact because a lot of times those are either sold out by the time I would want to see if anybody would want to go to it
Right.
or anything like that, or it's just usually something I'm not into. Like a lot of times it's country concerts. I don't really like going to country concerts. I mean, I don't mind the music, but I just don't like going to those kind of concerts. If I'm going to go to a concert, I'm going to go to like Metallica or Avenged Sevenfold, or even In This Moment, which I just did this past year. So, but no, yeah. So most of these at work, but yeah, that Winter Classic, even though it was cold, it was just amazing to see all these, like, just hockey instead of baseball. Like that was the
Yeah.
weirdest thing. Walking past the merch stands, and normally when you walk by, you see, all right, couple Twins hats, Twins shirts, Twins this, Twins that. No, it's Wild and Blues, Wilds and Blues.
Nice.
And then just because it was cold, all the other guys with beards just walking around, frozen beards and stuff. Like one guy literally had an icicle from his mustache going over his lip and connecting to his beard that he could literally stick his tongue out and lick the
Lick ice,
icicle.
huh?
Dang.
I had a couple friends at that game. They said they ordered a beer, and within 10 minutes,
It was a Frosty.
Oh yeah, like there's another
was like-
for that same thing. The guy bought 2 beers like he was at a baseball game. He was drinking out of one, and the other one, the foam literally froze at the top and to where it was not drinkable anymore.
Yeah.
yeah, it was like 20 below that day or something like that. Wasn't
It
12,
started
18?
off at -1 and ended at -10
Yeah.
Wow.
without the wind.
Yeah, I was gonna say without the wind chill. That is the coldest I've ever seen it there because I only worked baseball games and concerts during the summertime.
Speaking of concerts, there was one time where I got assaulted, air quotes. There's a short lady. I was working on the field.
God bless her.
It was during the Jason Aldean and Kenny Chesney concert. That was at Target Field years ago. And I was working on the field at the pit exit. So the way they had it is you go in one way, and then on the sides of the pit was the exits. Well, I got the side that had the vision of the bathrooms. So this lady walks. She's drunk out of her mind, just plastered.
Yep.
She walks straight across, and when you leave the pit, you see two ways to go: straight and to the right. Well, straight was an exit only from the bathrooms, so you couldn't go that way. You had to go right, and then a left at the next intersection to get to the bathrooms. She was not grasping that concept. So, I told her 15 times, you can't go that way. That's an exit only. You have to go this way. But I need to pee. Okay, go to the right, and then the left, and we'll be at the bathroom. But they're right there. Go to your right, then the left, bathrooms. But I gotta pee. Just over and over. And then, so like I said, 15 times, and she got angrier and angrier each time. So she tried punching me in the face. But she was shorter than I was by a lot. And also way more wasted.
So she hit you in the stomach?
No, she just grazed my chin. Just barely. But she also fell on the floor. And then during concerts, we get help from Asia Security. And some of them I cannot stand because it's like they don't know how to do their job.
Right.
For this instance, do you want us to kick her out? Yeah, she tried to assault me.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about that for her is she did that before Aldean came on.
And that's who she was there to see, I bet.
And Aldean came on before Kenny. So she did during the second opening act.
Wow.
So she didn't even get to see any of the main show.
That's her fault.
Yeah,
Right.
Why are you trying to punch somebody that's trying to help you?
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, easy. She wasn't getting it her way, and she felt entitled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
All right. Who has been your all-time favorite Twins player?
Ooh, all time. It first started with Brad Radke because that's when I first started into baseball. But as I got more into it and did more involved, I would have to say it's a tie between Harmon Killebrew and Torrey Hunter.
Nice.
Just because Harmon Killebrew was nice, respected, and he also taught the other players to sign the ball correctly.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of Harmon's things was, if you're going to sign a ball or anything for that matter, make it readable.
Right.
Because if they can't read it, there's no point in signing.
Right.
And that's one of the main things that stuck with Michael Kadire.
Yeah.
He was talking, because he talked about that at the little ceremony that they did when Harmon passed. Harmon would always drill him about how badly he signed a ball or whatever, because it wasn't readable. But I liked Torrey because of his personality.
Yeah.
He's just always upbeat and always smiling. And
Nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
yeah, nice guy. So in the last season that he played for us, I actually went to a game as a guest. I got into the right field there where he plays. And after he made the last out or whatever, he's running to the dugout and I just yell, "Hey, Torrey! Smiles are contagious!" He just looks over and just smiles as wide as he can make it.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. All right. 2 facts. Bert
Yep.
caught Brad Radke for most of his little league career.
Wow.
He grew up with Brad Radke, catching him, caught him through high school, and I think he caught him in college.
Oh,
Interesting.
wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Bert had scholarships to go play for Duke and Florida, I think, or something like that. As a
Wow.
pitcher. And then my town ball team, and when I played in Clear Lake, our second baseman's wife, before Brad Radke married his wife, dated Michael Kadire.
Oh.
And so we teased him all the time. Every time he struck out, we're like, yeah, she should have stayed with Michael Kadire.
It's a small world. That
That's funny. I like that.
reminds me of another story when we were playing the Rays. It was like a 2.5-hour rain delay. Mm-hmm. And during the rain delay, they were just putting up all sorts of stupid water puns on the big screen. Like, it was like hour 2, H2, oh my, it's still raining. Just stuff like that. So stuff you like. Justin.
Oh, yeah.
You might have actually been working for the Twins at this time, but you might not work that day.
I was going to say, I don't recognize that in particular, but maybe. I can't remember.
But I was working at section 238, which is right field club level. And I hear from across the ballpark, because there's only like maybe 1,000 people left in the ballpark still when the game resumed. Evan Longoria was up to bat for the Rays. And I just hear from across the ballpark, Longoria, you play like a girl. And then he strikes out that at bat, which was just made it even better.
That's funny. All right. I know we were talking about players, but now I want to know who is the most memorable coworker that you've worked with, besides me. And I'm not saying like your favorite coworker.
Oh, not my favorite, but just memorable ones?
Somebody that's memorable. And you don't have to use names. You can just...
Well, I mentioned him earlier in this podcast, Alex Wetstead.
Yep.
Shout out again. Me and him, we have a ritual before every game to walk around this ballpark once or twice before we start our shifts. Mm-hmm. So it's just a nice little exercise for that. Then there's Evan. Who recently got promoted to a team lead.
Nice. Congratulations, Evan, if you're listening.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and one of my favorite memories with him is also with you, too. Me and you were in the break room. We sat down at the table. I was in the middle. You were in my left. And I just got done talking to you, how you never take a fat man's food. And Evan sits down right across from me. And mind you, I just got done telling him how you never want to take a fat man's food. Evan takes my bag of chips.
Son of a bitch.
And I'm staring at him intently, and he kind of chuckles and looks down to his left, looks up, and I'm still staring at him. So he does that chuckle again, looks down to his left, and on his way up, I slap him across the face. And at the time, Thomas was the intern, the male intern, because they had two. And he was walking by, and he was another bigger dude, and he goes, "What the hell was that?" And I go, "You took my chips." "Oh, you never want to take a fat man's food." So
he already knew before.
Yeah, he already knew it. Like, it was that's like another family kind of thing. There's like, because Evan got me back for that slap later on.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't like a slap.
Yeah,
slap.
it wasn't like
play
hardcore. It was just like one of those taps that you do just so you get your point across, but you don't want to hurt him.
Yeah, you just say, "Hey, don't do that."
That's funny.
I just got done talking about this. I don't like repeating myself. And then there's also Brian.
Yep. I miss all of these guys that you've mentioned so far.
Who was the guy that we went to the Renaissance Festival?
Chuck.
That was Chuck.
Yep.
Chuck.
That was a good
time. But going back to Brian though, I know I told you I would never call you this anymore, Justin, but Brian gave, this was back when he still had his hair and everything, gave Justin a nickname, which I will not say because I promise you I won't say it.
If you want to, you can. I don't mind.
All right,
I definitely want to know this.
He gave him the nickname Barbie.
Yep.
I can see it.
Because he had blonde hair, he was skinny as hell, and he was at that time a major dunce. Like, he just couldn't get anything through his head.
Yeah, only at that time.
Yeah.
yeah, only at that time.
And it was a very brief part of 1 year, 1 day, even.
Yeah.
It lasted a year and a half to 2 years. But, then I was like, you know what? Because after a while, like on that half year and a half mark to 2 years, it really started getting to Justin, and I saw that, so I laid off and I stopped. But Brian would every now and then do it. But karma's a bitch because apparently Brian and I looked alike, so they kept calling him Kevin and me Brian. I didn't care because I've been called almost every male name in my life from a coworker at a different job at the time. But he did not like it whatsoever.
Nah.
That's funny.
And it's really funny because on his last day was the All-Star game in 2014. Mm-hmm. And our boss, his boss, was walking by and he goes, "Oh, hey, Kevin." And then bows his head down because he knew immediately he called Brian Kevin. So on Brian's last day, he gets called Kevin one last time.
That's funny.
That is good. But yeah, you don't have to call me Barbie.
Oh, dude, I'm calling you Barbie at the intro every time.
You can't. It doesn't make sense anymore.
It's true, you can't because he has that beard now. He doesn't have the blonde hair, and he's not a dunce anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, not as much.
Barbie to me from now on, buddy.
I could just see Vandy right now on his phone changing Rodemacher to Barbie.
You're gonna
Barbie's calling right now.
you're gonna edit every single time we use my name.
Dude, I'm going to the website. I'm changing it.
You know, I have access to that too. I can change it right back.
Sorry, Roddy.
So, all right, we're getting to that time.
Yeah, it's about that time of night. Thanks for being on, Kevin. We really
Yeah.
appreciate
dude,
you being
absolutely.
on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, getting to learn a little bit about the Twins, working for the Twins. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but that's what that hour was about.
What's he doing?
We talked. That last hour was about working for the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, I thought we were talking about me working for the catering company.
Oh, we messed up.
Next time.
We have another hour, I guess. We could.
It's okay. I can come back on another time.
There we go. We'll do that. We'll do that. But
So, for dedication, though, we always let our guest choose.
yep.
So I'm going to choose a person who is not. He has a physical disability. He has cerebral palsy. He actually got his start in Washington. Josh Blue.
Josh Blue. If you have not heard of Josh Blue, you need to look him up right now. He is hilarious.
Oh, definitely. Like, some of his jokes just gets me. Like, one time when he's on the plane, he's sitting in the back. He goes, which is the worst place to sit because you're right next to the crapper. But the steward comes by with his little cart of drinks and he goes, would you like anything to drink? I go, oh, yes, please. I would like a Coke and a straw. And then he's just looking at me like, a what? A straw. Could I have a straw? And he's just getting to my face, what? Can I have a straw? And then he walks back, and I hear him talking with the other stewardess, and he comes back and goes, when we land, do you need a wheelchair?
Oh my
And
god.
he goes, oh yeah, I do, because obviously you missed me belly crawl my way back here. But before you order me that wheelchair, could you give me a fucking straw?
That's pretty
He's a Minnesota boy. Grew up in St. Paul.
Yep. Yeah, I've been meaning to talk about him. I always
know.
like. I don't even think I added him when we were doing lists of comedians.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about him too. He's hilarious
Yeah.
too.
I noticed some like off topic of Josh, but they're like Bruce. I don't recall hearing you guys mention him either.
Yeah.
Maybe you have him once or twice, but not often.
Yeah, I
Like,
think we
some
have
of
definitely
us.
mentioned him once for sure. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of comedians on here that we need to
Oh yeah.
we need to talk about because
Dude, he's got 4 specials out.
Oh
hell yeah.
4. It's up to 4 now. I thought he only had 3.
Yeah, he's got 4. He has in
Sticky
2006 he has 7 more days in the tank,
Okay.
and then 2012 Sticky Change, 2016 he has Delete,
Yep.
and then recently in 2020 he had Broccoli.
Broccoli. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I knew those last 3. I didn't know the first one. Yeah, and then he also played on the Special Olympics team for USA for soccer.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, he talks about that in one or two of his specials, so I'm not going to go too far into that because that's some of his skits and stuff, so I don't want to give any more of those away.
Yeah.
He's funny, dude. He's so funny.
He also was on the last season of AGT. If you don't watch America's Got Talent.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he took 3rd place in the whole thing.
Yeah, yep.
Wow. I think I knew him before that.
Oh, I did too, yeah.
And so that's why I don't remember that
remember
because I
that.
just maybe assumed I'd.
It was like, because that's what when I'm not playing games or anything, I'm watching like Hulu or something. I like to watch HT because I like to just see all the talent and stuff. And as soon as I saw him pop up in one of the auditions, it's like, he's gonna go far.
Oh yeah.
It's funny.
Well, it looks like he was also on Last Comic Standing.
Yep, he took first
Yep.
place in that in 2006,
Yep.
and then he was also on the Mind of Mencia several times.
Oh yeah. Yep. I remember him on that.
And 2004 he won 10 grand for finishing in first place at the Las Vegas Comedy Festival.
Yep.
In 2004, the Royal Flush Comedy Competition.
Nice.
So that was pretty sweet. Yeah, Josh Blue, if you haven't seen him or heard of him, go check him out. That guy is hilarious.
I want to see him in Minnesota now.
Right?
Kind of want to run into him.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, and another comedian that was just recently here in Minnesota, like last year, was Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Like his new special that he has on
Netflix just came out.
was recorded here in Minneapolis.
I need to see that. I've heard some really good things.
I
about
really
it.
wanted to go to that show, but I was with a buddy who
Where was it
couldn't
recorded?
go. It was. Oh, what was it? It wasn't First Ave. It was
Was it?
the State Theater.
I was gonna ask if it was the State
yeah,
Theater.
it was the State Theater down there.
Yeah, because I saw Brian Regan at the State Theater,
That's
and it's
pretty
a really nice place. No, that's on my to watch list. I'm actually on my way down here today. I was listening to Jim Gaffigan on Joe Rogan's podcast,
Oh, okay.
his most recent one.
He was just on Bert too.
Yeah,
It
he's
was a really good one.
yeah,
They talk about what they love to order from McDonald's.
nice. What does he like to order from McDonald's?
He actually orders what I order.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what you order.
A double quarter pounder with cheese.
Nice.
But he gets a Diet Coke. I don't get a Diet Coke.
No, you get a regular Coke.
Yeah.
Do you get ice?
Yes.
You gotta get without ice.
Yeah.
You always get your pop without ice.
Yeah, because it's cold enough when it comes on the thing, and they fill those cups up halfway with ice, so you don't get as much
Yeah,
beverage.
I always get ice. I like it extra cold.
yeah.
I mean, I suppose if I were to get ice, I'd say like light ice. So, so that way they only fill it up 1/4 of the way and not half.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, I want to say thank you
Yeah, thanks for being
for coming
on.
on.
Again, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Dude, I appreciate it. This has been a great episode. I
I think it's been a really
It
good
was fun.
episode.
We'll definitely should do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Well, sweet. Well, if you guys haven't already heard of us, I mean, you're listening now, so you probably at least have heard of us. But otherwise, check us out on Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter,
or you can always go to
YouTube.
ooh, YouTube. I forgot we're on YouTube now.
I know.
There's something I did forget too. I forgot to tell you the evolution of my nickname, Keebs.
Oh, yeah, we need to learn that quick.
So I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings, and one of the other cooks there, he just said, since my name's Kevin, he just added an extra E in there for Kevin. And then he involved it to Keebler. And then he said, no, that's too long. So he shortened it to Keebs.
Nice.
Nice.
That's great, dude.
That's a good way to get a nickname, is to just
Right.
kind of
It's just-
evolve it.
Oh, yeah. And so
Pretty
then,
good
like,
time.
I started, like, for usernames or whatever, I'd do Keebs the Keebler.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
Sweet. Otherwise, if you guys are looking just to get to know us a little bit more, you can always go on our website at
www.thestupidestpodcast.com.
.com.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. So, go follow, like, share, and leave a comment
Yeah.
and a rating. We'd love a rating.
And if you don't want to do all of that, you can also email us. If you have any questions, you can just email us directly. That's at www. Or no, not www. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's at the stupidest podcast at gmail.com. If you guys want to hear some questions that we answered or topics that you'd like to hear us talk about or
Or maybe you think you'd be a good guest.
yeah, send us a little something about you.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys.
Well, thanks for listening, and well,
Have a good one.
Have a good one.